Hello, everyone. Welcome so much to one of our final sessions today. I am so pleased to have Kawartha World Issues Centre with us, and thank you so much for your attendance. My name is Juliana Stonehouse. I'm the Student Experience Coordinator with Careerspace at Trent University, and I am welcomed by a member of the board of Kawartha World Issues, but also my esteemed colleague, Ryan Sisson, who today, with his two hats, he's on the board of Kawartha World Issues, but he also is a coordinator for Trent Center for Research, and wearing his Kawartha World Issues hat today, and I'm so grateful and thankful for his participation. Just some housekeeping items.
Thanks so much thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. Just some housekeeping items. If you have any questions for Ryan, we'll save questions to the end. It'll be about a 10 to 15-minute presentation and then 5 minutes for questions, but please go ahead and put those in the Q&A at the bottom of your screen. So without further ado, Ryan, you have the floor.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much again, Juliana, for the opportunity to speak about Kawartha World Issues Centre. I'm a Trent alum as well. And, obviously when I was a Trent student, had a lot of amazing volunteer opportunities come my way when I was a student. And one of them actually was associated with the Kawartha World Issues Centre. So it's great to be back in Peterborough. It's great to be back at Trent. And it's also great now to be on the Kawartha World Issues Centre Board of Directors. I serve as their secretary, and I just love it. We've got a wonderful executive director, we've got a great staff, and we have a wonderful community board as well. So I'm going to spend our time today just really walking through a little bit about the Kawartha World Issues Centre, and then sharing some opportunities with you. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right. So our motto at the Kawartha World Issues Centre is connecting for change. And I think the Kawartha World Issues Centre is unique in that we start to take on a local view of global issues. So it's really an attempt to localize struggles that often we all share in some way or another. And the Kawartha World Issues Centre was created some time ago. We registered as a charity back in 1989, which may be before some of you were born. And Trent's students, most importantly, voted to support the center with a refundable student levy, which is primarily how KWIC is still supported today. So we're very grateful for the contribution that Trent students make towards KWIC. In 1995, there were some significant changes to funding from the federal government. And surprisingly, Kawartha World Issues Centre is the last centre of its kind in Ontario. We were previously on the Murray Street campus, or Murray Street location. And now we're actually located right here at Trent in our School of Environment building. And actually, over the last several months, the office has been totally renovated. So we have a brand new space for students to enjoy when students are being welcomed back on campus in larger numbers. Okay, so some of our guiding principles. First and foremost, we support popular education for social change. So that is done through quite a lot of community outreach, connecting community members through workshops, and fundamentally through dialogue. We're also interested in global education. So again, making those global to local connections, whether it's sustainable development goals or anti-oppression training, anti-racism, feminist, and decolonizing frameworks. Those in particular really drive the work of our staff and of the center. The center does run on a consensus decision-making structure as well. And we believe fundamentally that youth are the key to change in our societies. And so we really work to both empower youth and engage youth to be part of the leadership process, both through KWIC and in other capacities in the community. So again, this is how some of those guiding principles are realized. We try to make change happen through 3 different program areas. The first is our rigorous community education, and that is bringing in, for instance, high profile or notable speakers, youth and in-school opportunities, through partnership programs, for instance, with local high schools, like our YLS program, and then also through our TRACS program, which is Trent's Aboriginal Cultural Knowledge and Science Youth Program, which is really, really unique. So in terms of community education, just a quick snapshot here. Our hope is that people will come away from KWIC events with a better understanding of, and perhaps even a new perspective on particular topics that people might only just have heard about in the news. We like to be able to put a face on that, be able to connect students to other students, and in particular, sharing student experiences. Very important. The Youth in Schools program, obviously, as it relates to climate change in particular, some of you might have been involved so far in Friday walkouts and other types of youth mobilization around climate change, for instance. KWIC has certainly been involved in supporting some of these actions through TRACS, as I mentioned. The Youth Leadership and Sustainability is our high school program. And then I would also say this is a really cool program that I didn't have a chance to do when I was a student, but I hope that it's something you might consider doing. It's called the TEACH program. And so KWIC offers a 10-month certificate, and it focuses on social justice. So you're working with community connections for teachers, community educators, larger groups. And the idea really is to go through different trainings and apply trainings, whether it's anti-oppression or anti-racism, or focusing on increasing, diversity and tolerance and awareness and respect for different groups in our society. We also are a very active group. Our staff are very active in the community. Our board of directors are very active in the community. And we have quite a few very close partners, including Peterborough Green Up, Kawartha Food Share, the Reframe International Film Festival, for instance. Many of our projects and the success of many of our projects is based on having a very strong community foundation that's really built on fostering community development. And I think that's the nice thing too. If you're looking for volunteer opportunities, joining our KWIC umbrella is a great way to not only just get exposure to, global and local issues, but also to many other community organizations. So some of the things that are happening right now at KWIC, as I mentioned earlier, we are working to advance sustainable development goals here in Peterborough. We have been actively promoting the sustainable development goals, and in particular, sharing knowledge and increasing the literacy of individuals around sustainability and around these goals in particular. We hosted a wonderfully successful forum at the Mount a number of years ago, which was quite well attended, and we're going to be building on that momentum in the coming months. We have some upcoming events, the Candid COVID Conversations. If you check out our website, and I'll provide you with that information a little bit later on, we would love for you to attend any of these events. They're all open to community members. Again, as I mentioned, the Social Justice Certificate Program, a great 10-month program, wonderful way to build your own knowledge and understanding of, and awareness as well, of various topics and concerns to people in society. We do also host global community network meetings, which is a great way for you to meet other individuals, perhaps like-minded individuals, and also a great way for you to perhaps expand expand your perspective, or just meet interesting people with interesting backgrounds. The Trent Peace Mindfulness Group has been quite successful, and that is a group that's going to be continuing to meet. virtually. So I would suggest, if you are interested in any of these events, to please check out our website, follow us on Facebook and social media. You can also join our mailing list. So through the website, you'll see an opportunity to join our mailing list with a monthly newsletter that lists details about our upcoming events. Kawartha World Issues Centre has also worked closely to facilitate a variety of applied research opportunities for students. So this is an example of a research project that was undertaken by Trent students for the Kawartha World Issues Centre, and this was part of a community-based research project that students do in their 3rd or 4th year of study. Really interesting opportunity for students to work closely with a group like Kawartha World Issues Centre and to do some really meaningful, impactful research. So let's get to you, because I know that that's why you're here, is to find out what types of opportunities there are that exist. We love volunteers. Volunteers are the backbone of our communities. We all know that, especially those of us that come from small towns. We're very used to being pulled into all kinds of different events and help out where that's needed. And Kawartha World Issues really supports that type of global community approach. So we would encourage you to, if you have a particular interest, to join one of our committees. Most of our committees meet monthly. Some meet more frequently than others. In particular, we have a programming committee that works on planning workshops and festivals. We have a fundraising committee that helps to keep the doors open and helps to ensure that our staff have more than a living wage, that they are able to be taken care of. And finally, our communications committee, to ensure that that folks know what the Kawartha World Issues Centre is all about and what we're up to. We also have a working group around International Women's Day, which is a wildly successful event every year and is really a can't miss event. We always have special events going on. Certainly with COVID right now, some events are running, some events that happen every year are going to continue to run, others are not going to be able to run. And others, we're looking at how to run in a sort of a hybrid model. We can always use technical support. So if you are good with social media and communications, if you are good with databases, please contact us. Even just keeping our community calendar up to date may seem like a tedious task, but there are so many community members that rely on that community calendar to make sure that they're not missing key events in our area. And lastly, I would say, please consider joining our roundtable. It meets weekly Tuesdays at 10:30 to find out what's happening. You're more than welcome to join. It's easy. All you need to do is contact Shaylin, and the email address is at the bottom there, shaylin@KWIC.info. You can also visit our website, KWIC.info. All right, so we definitely look forward to meeting you. And as I said, it's been a great opportunity today. Thank you very much, Juliana, for the opportunity to present on KWIC. And yeah, I welcome any questions that you might have.
Yes, we do have a question, Ryan. Are there any volunteer opportunities available online for students who are off campus? If not, will positions still be available in the winter term? Excellent question.
Yeah, absolutely. We have positions for sure right now that are online. You know, as is the case with COVID, our organization hasn't stopped. So we're still planning for events. A lot of our events have been moved to a virtual setting. We still need, and those events still need support. So absolutely, those volunteer opportunities are available. I'm just going to move back one more slide so that you do have Shaylin's contact. It's just at the bottom of the screen there, shaylin@kwic.info. Please do not hesitate to reach out to us, even if it's just a quick email to say, hey, I'm interested. Can you provide me with some additional information on the KWIC committees or the roundtables? I'm going to be at next week's roundtable, for instance, just to drop by and say hi and catch up with some of our student staff as well. So.
That's wonderful. And I welcome any more questions that that people may have. I know something that people are interested, Ryan, is like how much is, is expected, like the time commitment. Is that flexible? Because as you and I both know, students have a lot going on in their lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that the reality is that we do have a lot going on in our lives, and certainly as volunteers, there's a certain amount of reliability and trust in those relationships, and so communication is a big part, I think, of the success of any good volunteer, because life does happen. But the good news is Kawartha World Issues Centre is located within a university, right? It's been part of Trent's fabric really since the 80s. So we get students, we understand our staff. Some of our staff are students, most of our staff are students. And ultimately it's just about finding that balance for you, whether that's meeting on a weekly basis or working independently to support, like I said, the community calendar, or helping out with some tech issues, or getting more involved at 10 or 15 hours a week. It's really up to you. Yeah,
that's great. That's wonderful. Okay, students, if you have any more questions for Ryan, I think we've covered sort of like the virtual nature that can be accessed, as well as some flexibility in time. Those seem to be the two big questions that have come up today with a lot of our sessions. I think Ryan's done a great job to address those ones. If there's anything more, please put it in the Q&A. If not, as Ryan was saying, there's the contact information at the bottom of your screen to connect with the individual to get some more details about the opportunities that KWIC has available. So Ryan,
and thank you again.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You're so polite.
I was just going to say, okay. I was just going to say, thanks again for attending, and I hope to see many of you at the KWIC Roundtable next Tuesday. If you can make it, please do.
That's great. And we do have one more question. If we miss the Tuesday meeting, then what is the alternative for that? Oh, that's a good question.
Well, the group does meet every week. So, I mean, if you miss next week, you can always join the following week. And it's definitely, if you're available and able to attend, that's great. There's all kinds of groups that support KWIC's work. That's just one of them. But I think probably the best one for folks that are interested.
And then one more question, here we go. Is the roundtable a virtual meeting?
Yes. Yeah.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah, and you'll want to just reach out again to Shaylin, and Shaylin can provide you with the contact information and the Zoom link for accessing that meeting.
Ryan, thank you so much. And thank you to KWIC for these wonderful opportunities for Trent students. And Trent students, thank you so much for your attendance and your interest in this wonderful organization. And we, as Ryan said, we hope to see you a part of it.
All right. Thanks so much, everyone.
Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.